Good afternoon, and welcome back to another messy workbench episode of Nothing on the Workbench that's going to be worked on. But actually, it's a review. Well, kind of. Unboxing thing and review and something like that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, cool. Okay, so this is the Microsoft Wireless 850 keyboard. Or at least it's a box that says Wireless 850 keyboard on it. Hopefully there is in fact a Wireless 850 keyboard inside. If there isn't, I'll be a little bit disappointed. Anyhow, I decided to get this because I kind of want one in the near future, to use all over this bench and to put around in different places and do sorts of silly things with. Just how I bought this wireless mouse. It's also a Microsoft mouse. It's the 1850. Interestingly enough, it's the most cheapest Microsoft wireless mouse you can buy, and it was actually about half price on the Boxing Day sale a couple of months ago, so that's really cool. And this one is the Wireless 850, which I suspect is also the cheapest one you can buy at the moment from Microsoft. And you can also get a set. I don't know if it's called the Wireless 850 keyboard and mouse set or has a different number, but you can get this keyboard and another mouse, not exactly the same as this mouse, I don't believe, because this one's kind of blue and I think the other one's a shiny black like this keyboard this appears to be. But you can get a set. I obviously already had the mouse, so I didn't bother getting a set. I just needed this one, and it was $29.95 or something. That's New Zealand dollars, obviously, so I don't know, about 25 US or 20 or something. Yeah, anyway, so I got this because it was really cheap. I also got it for a couple of other reasons. One is that the keyboard layout is the one I really like. It also has multimedia keys, which is quite surprising on the most cheapest keyboard. That was surprising. Basically, it's got a layout that I actually like, and it uses removable batteries, just standard AAA cells. It doesn't have a inbuilt lithium thing, and yeah, some people might be like, oh well, you know, those are going to run longer, but hey, I like things that I can actually replace. Another good thing about this is apparently it's encrypted, and a lot of old wireless keyboards can be easily eavesdropped upon from the keystrokes, and you can keylog people just wirelessly, basically. So yeah, some keyboards are pretty terrible like that. This one claims to have encryption. I don't know if it does. It also claims to have compatibility with Windows 10, Windows 8, and Windows 7, and Mac OS 10, 10.4 to 10.7. I'm not sure the code names, Mountain Lion or whatever the heck, all that stuff. But you know, I'm sure you know 10.4 to 10.7. Yeah, apparently. 2 AAA batteries, has a USB wireless thing, which I probably some sort of modified Bluetooth or something, and 3-year warranty apparently, which is quite nice. You can customize the mouse and keyboard center with an app, which is only 150 megabyte download. Yeah, you know, the last time I bought a keyboard that had hotkey customization, the driver and installer program was about 5 megabytes. So, yeah, I'm not sure why this one needs to be 150. I don't really like bloatware, but that doesn't really matter, because you know what, this thing's going to be pretty much exclusively used on Linux. So I don't really care. And I don't really care about the hotkey customization, and probably I see people will be screaming about that. Why would you want to use a Microsoft keyboard on Linux? Well, like I said, it's cheap, and it's got the layout I like, and it's got some hotkeys, and yeah, I don't really care. So, there we go. Let's open it up and see if it's actually inside. So, let's have a look. There we go. The box is secured by a couple of little plastic round tab thingies, and it opens up just like a standard box, as you'd expect. So, there you go, a keyboard inside. Well, that's not really surprising. I'm glad. Let's have a look. It's in a bag. It's black on top and white on the bottom. That is surprising, I didn't expect that. Huh. Oh well. There's the looks like, you get some batteries with it. That's nice. And a little USB receiver. And what have we got? Anything else? We've got a installation guide, warranty card. Plug it in, turn it on. Yeah, okay. Well, that should be pretty obvious, and you know, if you need to know how to use a keyboard, well, there you go. That'll maybe tell you, or maybe not. Anyway, doesn't look like there's anything else in here. No, nothing particularly. Just a cardboard box, very minimal packaging, but I'm sure it's enough to get the job done. Anyway, that can just go over here. And we've got the keyboard itself. So it comes with, you know, what you need to get it working. That's nice. It's nice that they include some batteries. They're Duracell alkaline, it would seem. I don't really know what the quality of these are like, and I don't really care. As soon as they run out, I'll be using NIM rechargeables anyway. So yeah, that's kind of irrelevant. I will say though, of course, you know, if these things go flat, don't leave them in the keyboard for too long if they go flat, or if you're not using it, because they will leak. It's pretty much guaranteed. Many a keyboard, mouse, remote control has been ruined by bad batteries that have been left in there too long, and especially don't buy the like really cheap ones or like $1 for 10 at the local cheap shop. Just don't. They leak on sight. They see the inside. They see a battery compartment and they just leak. It's like they're designed to leak. They've probably got like a seal in the end that when the spring pushes on them in the battery compartment, they just like open up and start leaking. I mean, seriously, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, okay. I'll stop having a paranoid rant about that. But yeah, they're just cheap batteries. Don't buy them. They're terrible. Terrible, absolutely terrible idea. Okay, so keyboard. Well, let me pull that off. We don't need that. And you can just get rid of that. So, it's a keyboard. The only thing that some people might not like about it is the fact that obviously, well, it's black on top and white on the bottom, but, well, too bad, you're not going to see that. It's pretty shiny. It'll pick up fingerprints, but again, I don't really care. And the function keys are a little bit small, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's got media keys over here. It's got a play, pause button, mute, volume up, volume down. Doesn't have a next track or anything, and it's got some sort of weird. It's got a function key and a couple of buttons at the top there, which look like they're for some sort of funky Windows 10 and probably Windows 8 features, which probably will only work under Windows 10 and Windows 8. But that's not what I'm going to be using it for. So yeah, I can't actually tell you if those work. I'm sure they do. I mean, I'd be very, very surprised if Microsoft went and made a keyboard that didn't work with their own operating system. That would be just weird. Anyway, let's stick the batteries in and see if it goes. So, the batteries go in only one way, obviously. Pay attention. I'm sure pretty obvious which way, you know. Negative terminal goes on the spring, and that's usually the case. Sometimes it's not, but it usually is. And you just stick them in like that and put the cover on. And it's got some feet which you can flip up if you so wish, which is nice. And look at that, the light comes on. So there we go. It's all up and ready to go. Well, that seems to work. Okay, we need to plug this in too. So I'll just be back in a second after plugging this in and seeing if it goes. Okay, so I've plugged the receiver into the computer. Just plugged it into a front USB port, and we'll see if it goes. I'll just run a terminal here. I suppose I should be capturing this, but hey, here we go. What do we got? Well, let's go to this USB. The fact that I can type that obviously means it works. And there you go. Well, you can't see me showing you this, but yeah, I'll just that. You can see Microsoft Corp Nano Transceiver. Got two of them, one for the mouse and one for this. Yeah, obviously if you buy the set, you get the mouse and keyboard just come with one transceiver, I suppose. But hey, and just one other thing about this. The wireless receiver that comes with this is paired to this permanently and encrypted and everything for the encryption. And so if you do lose it, you can't get another one, unfortunately. So yeah, if you lose the receiver for this, well, you have to buy a whole new keyboard, I guess, which is a bit sad, but yeah, you shouldn't really be losing those things anyway. If it's in a desktop, I mean, you know, if it's just going to probably stay in the back of your computer forever, just don't forget about it when you upgrade your motherboard or something. It works. It's got a pretty nice feel to it, actually. It's got sort of a curved sort of thing slightly. It's got fairly nice keys. Yeah, I don't know what this does. That doesn't do anything on Linux because it's not a Windows. Oh, there we go. Ah, it actually pops up calculator. Look at that. There's not much else to say, really. I suppose I'll have more to say about it maybe later once I use it for a while, but yeah, it's white on the bottom, it's black on the top. That's a bit weird, but too bad. Yeah, I don't really care. I can't see it. I mean, it is a bit odd. It's actually quite odd. I don't really know why they did that, but hey. Anyway, works with Linux. Of course, Microsoft aren't going to tell you that, but hey, what do you expect? They're Microsoft. If I find anything horrible about it, or anything weird, or anything, you know, there's anything strange to report, I'll report back on that later. But for now, it looks pretty good. I'll just be using this over here with my stuff, and yeah, it'll be quite useful, I suspect. You know, because then I can just, you know, put this over here, or I can put it over here, and if I'm, you know, doing something, you know, I don't know, programming something to a JTAG connector or something, and I suddenly want a keyboard just like sitting up here, or some other random thing, then I can just do that. Quite useful, I suppose. So, anyway, just random things like that. That's kind of why I wanted one, and yeah. So, it's a basic keyboard, and it seems to work, which is all one really wants at the end of the day. And it's quite comfortable as well. I mean, it's got the layout I like. It's got the nice thin enter key and the backslash above it, which is the only style I like. I can't stand the ones with the old-fashioned enter keys. I mean, I know some people will probably hate this layout themselves, but I personally love it. It's my favourite one. Yeah. Anyway, cool. So there you go. Hopefully that was useful to you. Hopefully, if you're thinking about buying one of these, it'll help you choose whether or not you want to buy one. I mean, I can't give any. It says 50 milliamps current draw, so you know those batteries should last, I don't know, quite a while. But who knows? We'll see, I guess. I don't think there's an on-off button. Is there? Is there an on-off button? No, there isn't one. But it probably goes to sleep or something when the receiver's turned off anyway. So, yeah. Hopefully the battery life isn't completely terrible. It would surprise me if it was. You know, because that would just be weird. You know, in this day and age, I'm pretty sure these things can have pretty good battery life. But yeah, if that turns out to be an issue, I'll definitely update and post a new video and say, this thing has terrible battery life, do not buy it. Or something like that, which will probably be too late by then because you will have already bought it. Who knows? Anyway, yeah. That's pretty much it. So, if you've got a 1850 mouse and an 850 keyboard, they definitely both work together. You can do whatever you want, and yeah, probably not going to work on, well, I don't know. Will it work on Windows XP or earlier? I don't know. Maybe not. They don't claim to support that. They only claim to support down to Windows 7, so Vista and lower might be out. I don't know. Who knows? Microsoft are great at not supporting their own hardware after a certain amount of time, so yeah. But hey, pretty much everyone's been forced to have Windows 10 now, so that's probably fine. This thing should be great for Windows 10 and 11 and 12 and whatever the next one is. I wonder if Microsoft will decide to jump on the rapid release bandwagon and we'll end up with a Windows 50 in the next 3 years. I hope not. That sounds like a terrible plan. But again, that wouldn't surprise me either. It's the kind of thing that everyone seems to be doing. I hate rapid release schedules. It just makes me want to cry. I don't know why. Who invented this? It's all Google's fault, really. It's Google's fault with Chrome. Now I'm just ranting sadly about stuff that doesn't matter. Anyway. But yeah, and if any of you are concerned that Microsoft hardware doesn't work on Linux, well, it does. Pretty hilariously, in fact. Hilariously well. This stuff works hilariously well on Linux, which is pretty funny. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. So, great. Enough ranting on about things. That's pretty much it. So, cool. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, just ask in the comments, I suppose, and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm sure you'll see this thing hanging around the workbench for quite a while to come. Anyway, see you next time.